Shalom, shalom to the hopefully elect. Skala lale hawa basham yaoshai, basham rakakodash. And all about honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Honors to the sincere Archaean pushing his word in all sincerity and in truth. The fellow laborers, as myself, pushing his word in sincerity and in truth. So shalom, shalom. You know, and back at you to do a quick video. Another one. You know, is that I was watching this video here on YouTube. Which is entitled All the Largest Nuclear Explosions in History. And I advise brothers to actually, to go up on YouTube and actually watch these things, because it actually shows, it actually gives you a vivid understanding how nuclear missiles and how nuclear destruction happens now. Like, you actually vision it, you actually picture it. And the destruction that one nuclear missile brings, it's devastating, and they are testing. There was testing of nuclear missiles in the history of mankind. When I watch these videos, it actually showing you how they was tested and the destruction that it is capable of doing. And the scary part about this thing is that majority of this test was years back. So imagine the capability of these nuclear missiles now, and they're just going into prophecy. This is going into prophecy, so that is why we want to escape this judgment, this coming judgment. We do the work because it is written by faith and by works. A matter of fact, let me get it one time before I go into the video. This is I think it's second Ezra, chapter 9 verse 7 or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. It says, right, second Ezra chapter 9 verse 7, say, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby we have believed. So we believe. So this is why we do the work, because we want to escape that common destruction. We talk about it on the highways and the byways, because that is what we ought to do. We're supposed to be speaking these prophecies, but we in ourselves, we're supposed to keep on envision how the destruction is going to be. Because when you actually watch videos about nuclear missiles actually going off and causing vast destruction, that is something that it's supposed to be in our mind. It's supposed to be resonating in our mind, right? So because we want to escape that common destruction, because the day of the Hawa Basham Yoshai is at hand, and we know this is the weapons of the Mosai ignition. This is the Mosai judgment. This is all his weapons of his judgment, because this earth needs to be purified. At the end of the day, the nuclear missiles will act as a purifier for this earth, because this earth needs to be purified. Because you devils out there, you defy the earth so long that the only way that the earth can be cleansed is through these nuclear missiles, through the common destruction of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yoshai. So when I watch videos like this, it actually showing you how they have been testing nuclear missiles for centuries and the destruction that it could bring. So fast forwarded to 2019, the year of Karagma, fast forwarded to this, and even 2020, if the Father spare life, 2020, how vast destruction that one nuclear missile can actually do. So I was watching this on YouTube, and I just had me thinking, the destruction of that day, the destruction will be so great that no man shall be able to stand unless the Heavenly Father his angels to take charge over the elect. You know, because the radiation alone, the explaining in video, the radiation alone is from miles and miles and miles away, thousands of miles away. So the only way that we can escape is through the chariots. It's through the chariots. That is the only way we could escape. We could be passing through the fire. You know? So I'll just play a little bit about this video just to show you how vast the destruction can be in a nuclear, and we will get into some scriptures after. So, you know, without further ado.
7th, 1954, the United States continued their Operation Castle nuclear tests.
Lucky.
Romeo, the first test of the TX-17 thermonuclear weapon. Castle Romeo, also detonated at Bikini Atoll, was a weaponized dry fusion bomb that again exceeded original expectations for total explosive yield. Romeo was the first nuclear test conducted on a barge, which was necessary because the explosions were blowing vast holes in the natural reefs of the islands. Originally expected to produce a yield of 4 megatons, Castle Romeo was the third largest test ever detonated by the United States, producing a blast of 11 megatons. That same year, Castle Yankee was the codename given to a test weapon detonated at Bikini Atoll on May 5, 1954. The Runt 2 nuclear device used partially enriched lithium fuel for the fusion stage and yielded a 13.5 megaton blast. The yield was still greater than predicted due to the enriched fuel and fast fission of the natural uranium tamper within the device. Ending a 2-year moratorium on nuclear testing between the United States and Soviet Union, the Soviet Union conducted its largest and most intensive battery of nuclear tests ever in 1961. On October 23, 1961, in the Novaya Zemlya area of the Western Arctic, a weapon producing 12.5 megatons was detonated in test number 123. Novaya Zemlya is a pair of islands between the Barents Sea and the Kara Sea that measure 32,000 square miles in area, or about the size of the state of South Carolina.
So you see, as I pause the video right there, you know, it does to show you, that's for you to have an idea, you know, how vast the destruction can be with one nuclear missile. And you know, and all these countries actually have now, you know, pursuing to Joel. You know, let the weak say I'm strong. You know, so all these other countries that wasn't able to or wasn't capable of having nuclear missiles, right now all these countries armed with nuclear missiles. So the destruction of the Heavenly Father is going to be so great. The earth is going to be so destroyed. Not the whole earth, not the entire earth, but especially the land over there in America, which is Babylon the Great. You know? And you have to picture this in your eyes, in your mind's eye. You have to picture it, you have to see it. That these nuclear missiles is actually going to destroy America. The city of confusion. You know? So that is why we do this work. We do this work so that we can be able to escape from this common destruction. Because that is what it all boils down to. Do the work that we can escape. And no hoping that we be part of the elect. You know? This is Zephaniah. Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 14. This is Zephaniah chapter 1 verse 14. It said, the great day of the Most High Yahweh is near. It is near, it hasteth greatly. Even the voice of the day of the Most High Yahweh, the mighty man shall cry there bitterly. The mighty man shall cry there bitterly. The day of the Most High Yahweh Baal Shem Yahushua is at hand. So when you watch all these documentaries and you watch all these nuclear missiles that they actually created now, all this is part of the Most High weapons. because that land America will be destroyed, 100% desert. You know, pursuant to prophecy. Verse 15, he said, that day is a day of wrath, the Most High wrath, a day of trouble and distress, an evil day. A trouble and distress, evil day. Because when I look up the word evil means bad time. So a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation. You can't tell me that these nuclear missiles is not created to bring a land desolate. It is created to make a land desolate and waste. Because America will not be inhabited ever again after the nuclear destruction. You know, because all these prophecies, it have to come to pass. It have to come to pass. The day of the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai is darkness and not light. Zephaniah 1 verse 15, he said that day is a day of wrath, a day of destruction, because the Most High actually coming back to bring judgment upon this place. And the ones who do not want to listen, and the 2/3 of our people, which is the 2/3 of our people, you are going to die too. But the Most High have to come back and cleanse this place. You know, this is Zephaniah 1 verse 15. That day is a day of wrath, a day of trouble and distress, a day of wasteness and desolation, a day of darkness and gloominess, a day of darkness and gloominess. When these nuclear missiles start to actually hit and destroy this place, the scripture said the earth will rock to and fro. It shall rock to and fro because the power that these nuclear missiles have right now compared to the power they had back then is 1,000 times stronger. Because the Most High Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai gave them the technology to do that. You know? And all this is his plan. All this is his plan. A day of darkness and gloominess, a day of clouds and thick darkness. A day of clouds and thick darkness. You know? I know what I'm linking up with. This is Isaiah. Isaiah the 13th chapter. You know? Straight to the point. Verse 6, Isaiah 13 verse 6, and this is a very beautiful chapter. I encourage you brothers to continue reading it, because it really is a bad chapter. Isaiah 13 verse 6, he says, "Holy, for the day of the Most High Yahweh is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. A day of it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. The day of the Most High is at hand." The Most High actually coming to destroy this place. And all the sinners out of the land. And that land represents what? America. That is the daughter of Babylon. The city of confusion. That great whore. So when I watch videos and I watch documentaries of nuclear missiles actually being tested and stuff like that, the vast destruction that they do. It is created to make lands desolate. And all that is going back to the power of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. So this is why we do the work. We do the work to escape his wrath. This is his wrath. Remember, this is his movie. This is his movie, and as every movie it have an ending. So this is the ending of this man's kingdom. The so-called white man. This is his ending of his kingdom. And the Most High Yahweh Baal Shem El Shai is coming back to destroy it. Isaiah 13 verse 7, he said, therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. Every man's heart shall melt. Because when everyone started to see the destruction is actually happening, and the earth being on fire, especially America being on fire. The scripture said, every man's heart shall melt. Because the only way it can escape, especially over there in America, is through the chariots. And that's why we're hoping to be part of that elect. As I said, we're hoping to be part of that elect. You know? That's why we give our diligence. We give our diligence to make our calling and election sure. You know, we do this work. We do this work so we can escape by our work and by our faith. Because we do not want to be condemned with this world. This world is actually awaiting for judgment. You know? Verse 8, Isaiah 13 verse 8, and they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrow shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one to another. Their faces shall be as flames. Verse 9, it said, behold, the day of the Most High Yahweh cometh cruel, both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate. To lay the land desolate. And that land is talking about the land of America. You know, the daughter of Babylon, the city of confusion. That whore, that great whore, will be 100% desert. It shall be 100% desert. He said, and he shall destroy the sinners thereof out of it. You know? And sticking into Isaiah, this is Isaiah, I think it's Isaiah, the 42nd chapter, starting at the 14th verse. This is Yahweh Shai speaking. Yahweh Baal Shem El Shai speaking. He said, I have, Isaiah 42 verse 14, he said, I have long time holden my peace. I have been still and refrained myself. Now will I cry like a travailing woman. I will destroy and devour at once. Say, Yahweh Shai actually coming back to destroy. He shall do, Yahweh Baal Shem El Shai is going to do killing also. You know, but the chariots are there to bring fire too. And all this is part of the wrath of the Heavenly Father. The nuclear missiles and the chariots. It all to destroy this place. And we know through the scriptures the whole earth will not be destroyed. But majority of the earth shall be destroyed, especially America. America will be 100% desert. And that is the lake of fire. What John actually saw on the island of Patmos in his vision. It was America being on fire, like a lake. From the nuclear missiles and the chariots of the Heavenly Father. So we do the work to actually escape that wrath. So you have to envision it. You know, we speak about it, but you have to envision it and how it shall be, and what state we have to be in. We have to be crying out to the Heavenly Father. The scriptures say about pray without ceasing. So we do this work to escape. We do this work to escape this wrath. It's a wrath. A matter of fact, this is before I close off, this is Psalm chapter 2. This is Psalm chapter 2 verse 11. It says, serve the Most High Yahweh with fear and rejoice with trembling. So that's what we do when we serve in Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai with fear. That's why we go there on the highways and the byways. That's why we do these sit-down videos. You know, because we serve in Yahweh Baal Shem Yahweh Shai with fear and rejoice and trembling. Because any day now or any second now, the Most High could take any one of us to his judgments. Because the scripture said all his ways are judgment. So we rejoice with trembling. You know, the most important part here, Psalms chapter 2, verse 12. He said, kiss the Son. Kiss Yahushai. This is what we're doing. This is what we do. We kissing Yahushai. So we can escape from that coming judgment. He said, kiss the Son, lest he be angry and he perish from the way. And how we kiss him? We kiss him, Yahushai, like what? Like going out there and do his work. Lifting up his name. You know, giving him praise. Because we are part of his ministry. So we do whatever Yahushai said to do. So that is a metaphor of kissing the Son. Doing what Yahushai commanded us to do. Because we're supposed to serve Yahushai with all gladness of heart, all gladness. You know, so we're supposed to rejoice when we're doing these videos. We're supposed to rejoice that the time comes for us to go and speak on the highways and the byways to set up camps. We're supposed to rejoice and show brotherly love at all times. Everything that Yahushai commanded us to do, we're supposed to do it joyfully. So that is kissing the Son. It's a metaphor of kissing the Son. It's a kiss the Son lest he be angry and he perish from the way. When his wrath is kindled but a little. When his wrath is kindled but a little. Because the destruction the Most High actually coming back with. It's full wrath. It's full destruction. It said, blessed are they all. Blessed are all they that put their trust in him. So we put in our trust in Yahushai, so that he can deliver us from this coming destruction, this wrath, this nuclear missiles, you know, what is created to lay this land desolate. You know, I think I'll leave this video right here. You know, hopefully the point has been made that the Most High Yahushai is about to bring full judgment upon this place. Wrath and destruction to lay this land desolate. And that land is talking about Babylon the Great, which is America, which will be 100% desert when Yahushai finish with it. You know, so continue to, brothers, continue to push on, continue to believe in faith, continue to pray, continue to fast. You know, because we're almost out of here, and the only way we can escape from this coming judgment is through the chariots. And we're hoping to be part of that. So all the sincere brothers around the globe, keep on pushing. We're almost out of here. So with that, this is Shalom.